I'm watching resumes like this. Colton!
Oh my gosh, you want to hear boyfriends? My boyfriend literally posted his car for National Girlfriend's Day. Yep, not one screenshot of me in sight. Oh no, that's totally normal. That's how guys are. You gotta be in one to realize it. Well, you're crying and complaining now. But just wait until one day you wake up and your boyfriend absolutely hates your guts. Like, he can't even stand the sight of you.
Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. My name is Amaya and welcome back to Amaya's Unsolicited Opinions. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about the phrase boys will be boys and why I feel like society normalizing that and that being a phrase in itself has caused the downfall of men in today's current day and age, and why we're dealing with the loneliness epidemic, the general rage from men. And
yes, I'm mad because don't nobody want me because you're lying. You don't have a boyfriend. If NBA YoungBoy Chris Brown walked up to you, you'll be single. I don't give out my number, but you can follow me on Instagram. You do give out your number, you just don't give it to me because I'm ugly. And when I do follow you, don't follow me back. And when I DM you, you leave me in the request box. Like, yes, I'm mad because it's built up anger. I've been getting rejected since I've been in high school, and I got rejected by every girl on my college campus. Like, yes, I'm mad because don't no girls want me, and I gotta beat it every night. I'm just being honest. And it got to the point where I wanted to knock out a couple females. I'm just being honest. Like, I'm tired of getting rejected.
you know, men feeling like they aren't enough and they haven't accomplished enough, when in reality people just have not been holding them accountable since day one. So today's video is going to be split up into how the phrase boys will be boys was normalized, why I feel like men are falling behind, and then lastly I'm going to be talking about what we can do to change this and how we can move forward, hold our boys accountable in the future to create secure and not delusional, mentally stable men on this planet. So let's get right into the video.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but the term boys will be boys was initially used to describe boys and men engaging in silly little witty and mischievous activities, right? And I didn't think the term had changed until people started using it to enable bullying, assault, and harassment from men. Because boys will be boys is not your 8-year-old having a crush on a classmate in his class, and because he doesn't know how to yet reciprocate romantic gestures and behaviors, he pushes her down onto the floor. That is a behavior that is concerning, and you should have a talk with your son. Boys will be boys is not your nephew being obsessed with a love interest that's made it clear many times that she's not interested in dating him, yet he refuses to take no for an answer. That is harassment. Boys will be boys is not your best friend groping a girl at a party because she's wearing shorts that are way too short and she's walking next to him because it's tight and everyone's inside. That's sexual assault.
So something so disturbing and weird happened to me today. I was out at the pool with a friend. It was just me and her. We were out there minding our own business. And this group of 11, 12, 13 middle school aged boys came up and started harassing us. Not just boys being boys, not throwing a football and splashing some guests lounging at the pool, not being loud, not like wrestling in the pool. They were harassing us, like sexually harassing us. So it started off as just kids being kids. He came up and was like, oh, if the lifeguard comes by to talk to us, can you say you're our older sister? I said, no. He came back again. He said, well, can I have your number? I said, no, very sternly. And he goes, I wasn't fucking talking to you. I was talking to her, pointing to my friend, to which she also said no. So already he's been told no 3 times. That is not where it ended. He then joined with his friends to continue to harass us, talk about our bodies, call us names, call us the N-word, call us bitches. Super, like, wildly inappropriate. I was in a pink hat, and he was saying, you know, one of the boys was saying, oh, the girl in the pink hat has titties. The girl in the pink hat has a boyfriend, so you definitely can't tap that, talking to his friends. First of all, why are you talking about having sex with a woman that clearly is uncomfortable by the way you're talking to her? That is sexual harassment right there. 2, how do you know I have a boyfriend? Have you seen me in the neighborhood? Do you live near me? Like, this is weird. It's getting very weird and uncomfortable at this point. So we've already asked them to leave us alone now at this point. I told them no, said leave us alone. And it didn't even end with that. They continued to make inappropriate comments about us, about our bodies, about the way that we look, calling us bad, calling us hot, inappropriate.
And a lot of media that we consumed at a young age and in middle school and elementary school, a lot of our mothers and fathers always repeated to us the phrase boys will be boys. Usually it's in the case where a guy is being annoying or rude to a girl and people say that, you know, he's just being mean to you because he has a crush on you, and or either he's doing some type of action that is actively rude, disrespectful, and destructive to boys, girls, or adults, And instead of being held accountable and being punished and provided consequences, adults would just use the term boys will be boys to put whatever that boy did to the side. And we can now see today in our current day and age the effects of that phrase and why it ruined our planet. Number one, because mothers and fathers not clocking their sons in real time, being rude, being disrespectful, and making girls uncomfortable, and not saying, hey son, if you have a crush on a girl, instead of being rude, instead of picking on her, be a gentleman, give her flowers, write her little notes, stuff like that. And now as an adult, you now see the guys are still doing the same shit. I hate to say it, but like, they're doing the same shit. When it comes to a woman walking down the side of the street, you're being picked on, you're being catcalled. If you're not interested in them, or if you don't give them the time of day, the energy, all of a sudden now you're ugly and this and that. When it's just like, babe, 15 seconds ago you said I was the finest woman you said you've seen in your life, but since I'm not giving you the time of day, now all of a sudden you want to beat me up. Okay. And the culture of this is so normalized, specific. I don't even think this is an American thing. I think this is a countrywide thing, because when it comes to catcalling and things of this nature, it's been occurring for such a long time, to the point where I personally feel that government officials should have put laws in place and put in consequences for people who just consistently catcall you in the street. And if you're not replying to their romantic gestures, they reply with violence, they should be going to jail.
Okay.
Do you take TFL very often?
Yeah.
I've never seen it this bad.
We've never seen it before. I'm like coming up that close.
Yeah, I saw him get up and I
thought, no. Thanks for, thank you so much.
Sorry I didn't get there.
No, it's fine. I just was hoping no. I was like, please don't come up to me.
Sit down.
Yo. How you doing, beautiful?
I know you.
How you doing, beautiful?
I don't know you. I have a man.
Why he got you out here walking by yourself?
Nah, I'm going to his house right now.
Okay, well I can shoot you. Right?
Nah, it's alright. I said I want that. That ass. That's what I thought. Ooh, you scary. Ooh, you scary. Oh no, baby.
I gotta find out.
Nah.
Should be some type of jail time or consequence, because personally, as somebody that works in Chicago, the other day I just had to call 911 because you're a girl walking in around the city. Guys will catcall you, will stare at you in almost this like lustful and greedy way that personally makes me feel dirty. And in this one instance, like, this guy was just staring me down. I had my headphones on, and like, he's saying stuff to me and I'm not replying because, babe, why are you talking to me at 7 a.m? But he's probably like, it's giving that he's saying, like, giving those romantic gestures and trying to like make it known that he's interested in me. But babe, like, I'm not interested in any man that's riding around the city in a bicycle. There's nothing wrong with riding around the city in the bicycle, but it's giving that's his only means of transportation. I'm mad because I didn't want him in his little bicycle. So what he decided to do is, now as I'm continuing my walk, he starts to follow me to my job where I was going. He's following me, and now it's getting to the point where it's like, I'm looking around, everybody like, y'all see him following me? And people are looking at me like, yeah, it's giving he's following you. As a girl, in this moment, this is such an it's such an embarrassing experience and an inconvenience to me, because it's just like, why are you here? Why are you embarrassing me? I'm not interested. But at the same time, it's like, there's this hesitation, because it's like, is he gonna leave me alone, or do I have to call the police? You know what I'm saying? And after calling the police and speaking to them about it, the police officers are saying, oh, you're a pretty girl. A lot of guys do this type of thing in the city where, if you're attractive and you're not giving them the energy, or if you are, it makes them angry when they feel rejected and stuff like that. And it's just like, babe, no. I just feel like for this to be a thing that occurred for such a long time, there should be some consequences. There should be some ramifications. There should be some type of action put in place for this behavior to not be normalized. You should not feel comfortable harassing women on the side of the street, period. I'm sorry. Like, what? Like, I shouldn't have to be in a position where, every time I go outside, I have to put myself on guard, because I know I step outside, you think I'm pretty, now I'm going to be harassed.
Oh, no. 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 I'm recording just to see if this man is still following me. Yep. He's still following me.
And I just feel like the allowance of this behavior is solely not just doing a disservice to women, obviously, but it's also doing a disservice to men, because, you know, you're now starting to see a lot more guys get on the internet and say, oh, well, I just have this history of being rejected by women, and I just feel like women do not like me and this and that. And they've been told their whole life that their rude and disrespectful behavior is okay, to the point where they continue this behavior in adulthood. And when women respond in a way where it's just like, I'm disgusted, because why would you even, like, who are you feeling like? Like, people just, I just don't understand how, I know this isn't solely just a man thing, but like men specifically being disrespectful to you, like the negging video that I was talking about, where, you know, guys feel like insulting you and making you feeling like you're less than, and like kicking down your confidence is a way to bring you in and flirt. And it's just like, babe, if you're sitting up in my face insulting me, one or two things are going to happen. I'm gonna get in that ass and insult you back, or I'm gonna walk out of the way and you're going to be rejected. And then as a girl, now I have to triple, double, and quadruple thinking, because it's like, now I gotta watch myself in this conversation, because if I respond a certain way, he's gonna want to beat me up. He's going to want to, you know, give Ted Bundy energy and try to follow me home and stuff like that. And it's just like, babe, no.
Boys have only been falling behind because you said boys will be boys. If boys had standards, they would never fall behind. But instead, because boys will be boys, boys will always be falling behind. Because we've never said girls will be girls. And even in a system that perpetuates their success, boys will still be the reason for their downfall. Because all it does is infantilize grown men.
Also, what I noticed from this term is, it once again, it's going back to this hierarchy where certain behavior is just accepted from men, and women are put on this pedestal where we're expected to be graceful and respectful and hold ourselves accountable 24/7. But when it comes to men, we're given and provided so much grace. Obviously, socioeconomic status and a variety of different things vary as far as your experience, but when it comes to grace as a gender, men are provided with a lot of grace that is not deserved, period. Because if you're a man that's just wreaking havoc on the planet, making people feel uncomfortable and being a piece of shit, you don't deserve shit. I'm sorry. My last video was coming at the girls, coming at you too. I come at everybody. This video was mainly to address the fact that scientists and studies are starting to come out that women are starting to out excel men, are becoming more independent, and our critical thinking skills and problem solving skills are becoming more advanced. And like, guys are in this period where like they're less employed and they have less of an education and things like that, and they have no drive within them to go and get this education. And I feel like the drive, even some guys who have the drive, the motivation is not just, ooh, let me get this to advance myself as a human being. The motivation is, what can I do to add to my list to get this woman to be attracted to me? Not just, I'm going to educate myself because people are actively trying to take that away from me, or since men have had access to education and majority of things for such a long period of time, I just feel like now at this period of time in 2025, guys are, taking it for granted and being like, well, if women are going to start doing this, and if women are going to go on to education and this and that, it must not be worth it. And then in real time, when it comes to dating, you're trying to have a conversation with a woman that's educated, and you're getting angry because you missed out on that education, and now you're feeling insecure because she's further ahead than you. You're not putting any effort in selling your life and becoming a better human being. When it comes to mediocrity, since we're in a capitalist society where everything is so expensive and life is getting so much harder, it's not being accepted anymore. And now men, women, dogs, and cats all have to look at themselves in the mirror and realize, and a lot of people are broke, they cannot afford anything. So all these men without an education and unemployed with no drive to do anything, they're now looking in the mirror and they're now becoming angry because they're feeling like, it's me, how did my life get here? And it's like, really, it all started from the fact that nobody held you accountable from the beginning and taught you properly how to be a self-sufficient human being. As far as bad behavior, I know that everybody in society, like, this is a cycle, it's just going to continue because it's generational, but people should really start to nip bad behavior in the ass as soon as possible, because when I become a mother in the future, and if I do have a son, there's definitely going to be a lot of conversations, a lot of regulation, especially like when it comes to connecting my child with his emotions, because I noticed that, like, due to the suppression of emotions and due to society, you know, making it normalized for men to not be in touch with that, it also creates a person who lashes out of anger because they're not in touch with how they feel, or they don't even know how they feel, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, that was it for this video. If you liked it, like, comment, subscribe, follow my other channel, and have a beautiful day.
My newest look like cranberry, but she don't love me, she too scary.